they reach that time of life, and almost all of women recently surveyed who'd been through the menopause, were going through the menopause, said in some way it affected their capacity at work, and yet only a quarter of women feel comfortable talking to their bosses about it. And why aren't we having those open conversations? Well, they are here. At this clothing manufacturer, 85% of the staff are women over 40, and in fact, once we get started talking about the menopause, you can't shut them up. This is Lisa, who's coming out of the other side. Talk to me about what those symptoms were like and how it affected you in the workplace.
I work at Nieper Academy, a school just down the road from here. I think the main thing I've noticed whilst going through the menopause is my memory loss.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I've got a notebook with me constantly while I'm walking around school making notes, because I've become very forgetful. Mood swings I've noticed, but with working with children you have to remain upbeat and positive. Yeah. So I just treat it as like a sense of humour. We have a laugh and a joke at work about it. I think you've got to have that sense of humour about it. There's no point beating yourself up, and getting down about it. And so we make joke of it, and I've got very good colleagues, so we openly talk about it, and they're very supportive.
And for you, Carole, it was more than that, wasn't it? It was being able to talk to your manager and be really frank and say, do you know, I just need a moment.
Yeah, and the fact that you can actually say to somebody, if you're open about it, I've just got to take a minute. You try to think of a word, and the word won't come to your mind, and because you can't get the word, you start to get anxious, and then your concentration goes. So it becomes a spiral downwards, and if you don't just take a breath and then just think about things that you're doing, it all comes back and you become much more confident. But you do need the support, and you need good friends, as Lisa said.
So that camaraderie, but also having a really frank conversation with a manager and saying, this is why I'm struggling, this is why I'm tired, I wasn't able to sleep last night. But that's not necessarily happening everywhere. Deborah Garlick has worked with thousands of companies to talk about the menopause. It's not always that easy to have the conversation, is it?
No, it's not easy.